I don't know. So the Falcon and the Winter Soldier finale has happened. If you haven't watched it, I didn't say listen this time. Make sure you pause and wait.
Hey, yo, pause.
So, what's your reaction, Justin? What you thinking?
I think overall I liked it, and even the series. I enjoyed the whole series. But the thing that stood out to me the most was what's her name, Carly. Just like I felt like she was kind of underwhelming. Like just the way her story kind of ended, and I don't know. Though I guess there wasn't really much of a resolution there. She just kind of got shot, and then her homies just got blown up, and
Yeah.
then I don't know. It kind of gave me similar vibes to Game of Thrones. I won't just spoil all of the Game of Thrones series, but
Hey, if you
but
haven't seen it yet, too bad.
pretty much. But pretty much, yeah. I felt like, in my opinion, that John Walker was kind of the real villain in the show, and that I don't know at least he had kind of some redemption at the end. Where they all joined together to fight. But yeah, I liked it.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, okay, so I definitely think I agree with you as far as the Carly storyline. It's hard to say. We've never really heard anything, I think, official from Marvel, but there is definitely a lot of indicators that there's truth to that storyline was cut up a lot due to them them thinking we would be too afraid to watch something that had a disease because we're dealing with one. If anything, I personally think it grounds it more in reality of like, oh shit, like, let's see how they deal with it. So I'm curious. I don't know how much of that has to do with everything kind of being cut up versus, if it just was shitty, like they kind of fucked up her storyline.
Yeah, I kept telling Arthur throughout the series that I didn't really care for her story. Like, throughout the whole thing, like I just didn't really like, and maybe it was because they were like cutting off different parts, allegedly, we don't really know, but I just didn't, not that I didn't care for it as much, but it wasn't like that great, her character. And then at the end, like how the way she just kind of, like you said, just like, oh, she got shot, oh, this, like it happened all like, oh, okay, so this big arc of like this girl who pretty much like, not like a terrorist group, but yeah, semi like a terrorist group, yeah, and like built all this like following and stuff, and for her just to be like ended like this, like they made her seem so powerful with like so many people on her side, and it's just like, oh, okay, yeah, you got shot up, and like we blew up some of your people, and like that's it. But just like, I don't know, it was just kind of underwhelming,
just like Game of Thrones.
Exactly.
I mean, the one thing I did like about her storyline, though, is I did like how they had Sam Wilson kind of relate to her and what she was kind of feeling. And I felt like he tried to humanize her, I guess, in a way of like, hey, like I understand where you're coming from. And I think it kind of, in some ways, kind of related to what he was exploring with his race and being Captain America. And the way he tried to reason with her, and then in the end, the way he tried reasoning with the senator, like of like, hey, look, like this is why you had this problem, which was kind of weird watching, like these people basically try to overtake a governmental vote when we really had something like that happen. Because like you're so used to seeing this shit and being like, oh, that's fucking crazy. Like who would ever do that? And a couple months ago, we had some people try to storm one of our government buildings to try to stop a vote. So that was kind of crazy, but I did like that aspect of her story. What's your feelings, Jans?
Yeah, like I said, I just didn't. I do like this. I get what they were trying to do with the story, and
what else besides like Carly?
Oh,
I request
Carly?
elaboration.
Oh, I thought you were asking about Carly. That's why.
No,
I was
like, the rest of the show.
I already told you about Carly, so let me try to think of something else. But the rest of the show, I thought it was good. I thought Sam was good. I thought like all his scenes where he's fighting were like super sick, which I don't know how Marvel like keeps making every single fight super sick. Like it just amazes me.
Well, Yami kind of ruined it for me a little bit because I was just like really getting into it.
Oh my
I was
gosh.
really getting into it as my man was saying, I'm Captain America. And I was just like hyped. Honestly, I was borderline crying. These Marvel things always get me super hyped like that. And what was the quote unquote joke you made, Yami? That
Because he said something like, oh my God, like his suit is so sick. Like his suit, he was just like going off on the suit. And I was like, it's okay. But like I said that as a joke, like because he was so hyped. So I was like, oh,
yeah.
it'd be kind of funny. But I'm just like, in my mind, I was like, if someone's just like, meh, after you like go off. It was a joke,
It's not
though.
a
I
joke.
ended up saying it was really sick.
It's not a joke.
You wouldn't get it. Can you don't even know.
No.
Can you use it for me? Because you wouldn't get it.
You wouldn't get it.
Yeah, I thought all his fight scenes were like super.
Uh-oh, we're frozen. Oh, we got a real AO pause situation. All right, and we're back. I apologize for the interruption. I don't know how shitty that sounded. But anyway, so back to Falcon and the Winter Soldier. So I know we were talking about, you talked about, Justin, the bad guy being John Walker.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if he was like a full bad guy, and I kind of liked
100%.
it.
Yeah.
I dug it. I felt like he was Captain America with looser morals.
Yeah.
Like I felt like everything he did came from a good place, but obviously that's probably not how you want your super soldier that's representing your country to act and work.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and I guess he wasn't like necessarily a villain, but maybe from our perspective at least, like following Falcon and Winter Soldier, he was like the direct, I guess rival to them.
Yeah.
And so But
yeah. No, I liked it. I liked it. I liked him. And then Captain America has been one of my favorite Avengers. From the beginning. I mean, obviously, I love Tony and I love them all, but like, especially what's his name? I can't remember his name. I've seen his penis.
Chris Evans.
Chris Evans. Like, I love that dude. Monster cock.
And the Captain America movies are like some of the better movies of the MCU too. Yeah.
So like that's just been my dude. Okay, Yami. All right.
Oh, dude.
All right. So anyway, he's been my favorite. So it really hurt me to see him kind of like leave, and I get it. I mean, he's not old, but he is getting, so at some point it is going to be kind of weird to keep having him as like a hero. So that I think is tough to see somebody kind of take his place. But with what they did with Sam Wilson to take his place, I loved it. I'm in. I'm totally fucking in. I love that he still has the wings. We finally figured out
what's in the fucking box.
And
what's in the box?
It was fucking sick. And the way he used the wings, and I also think it was a cool little edge of him not being a super soldier. He has to be a little bit more strategic in how he fights. He always did, but even more so now. So I fucking dug it.
I liked his Sam Wilson's costume, even though I made that joke of like, it was really sick though. And especially when the helicopter came and like bumped into like his wings, like where he just like shelled up in his wings and the shield, and then the helicopter comes and it just like bounces off of it. That was pretty good. That was a pretty good scene.
Yeah, Yami's form of a joke was me something that I've been waiting for since Endgame to see, and was really excited. I get really worked up by these things. As I said earlier, I almost cried, and just being like so in the moment, so happy and so excited for her to just go like, it was okay.
It's not a joke.
And I didn't appreciate it, if we're being honest. I just didn't think it was funny.
I mean, I guess you had to be there.